Alright guys, today's gonna be a good day. Sunny day out. I got a Mountain Dew and a motorcycle to tear apart. Doesn't get any better than that. Already got the forks off of it, all the plastic off of it. So I got a little head start before I started recording, so let's see what we can get done from here on out. It's Wednesday, and it's supposed to be beautiful this weekend. So I figured if I start working on it now, and I can hopefully have it apart and paint it this weekend. It's going to be nice and warm, good painting weather. So, see what we can do. Bike's kind of a pain to take apart because half of it's SAE and half of it's metric, but that's alright. This motor mount here is SAE on the motor, and then the two bolts in the frame I think are original. At least the bottom is. So, two are SAE, one's original. But it'll work for now. I'll probably end up going and writing down all the bolts I need for it. And then just getting all of them I need at one time, just buying them in bulk. Not really getting original hardware, but get everything so that it's all metric again. It's the kind of stuff that bothers me. I'm kind of particular when it comes to this stuff. I know it doesn't have the bottom middle motor mount in it. Well, it has a bolt stuck in there. It doesn't actually go through and have a nut on the other side, so see this stuff's falling down. I thought instead of just repainting these black, I figured I'd rhino line them, spray on bed liner, because they're kind of like crash bars. So we'll see how that works, if it'll work. If not, I'll just paint them black. Hopefully I can get this all apart and paint the motor this weekend. We're supposed to be having like 65 degrees, so it'll be good painting weather. There's that side's motor mount. No threads broke off. Love it. I guess it got him through. Also, now that I have everything apart, you can see my welds on here. They're a little bit better than some of my other stuff. Some of my other welds. Welded up both sides. I still got all the wiring in here, and this side's a lot darker. But it should hold. Looks a lot better than a lot of my other welds. See if I can get this back in here. Alright. See what we gotta do to get that swing arm off. Side. it on this table. It sure does make working on it a lot easier. Better. Hopefully this is going to come apart fairly easy. Oh yeah. Nothing to it. These things. That was easier than expected. There it is. Me and Master Links don't really get along. There we go. Where the hell did it go? There it is. Oh, look at that. Easy. It's a fairly new Otis chain. Nice heavy duty chain. Looks like a brand new sprocket on the rear too. I'm assuming it was probably replaced. I don't think this thing was ridden much. At least in the past couple of years. It's kind of a weird deal. My XR there, the wheels on it are just scarred and scratched to hell. These you could probably almost polish. And then this one has things on it that are just beat shit. You know? I think it saw a lot of abuse along with a lot of time in storage, you know. So, I guess the next thing to get off is the shock. I couldn't figure out how to get that air box. I was going to get it out before I started videoing, but I think I need to get the shock out first. We'll see how that goes. See if I'm right. Plan on doing any internal motor work on this motor. Seems to have good compression. Runs, I think it runs pretty well considering all the stories I've heard about, you know, you gotta jet them rich or else they burn up, or, I mean, I haven't rode it hard at all yet, but it doesn't seem to be heating up, or, you know, seems to be fine to me. So we'll see what the summer brings. See how it goes this summer. If I have problems, I always have the time and the, well, I don't always have the time, but at least I have to know how to fix it. Just like I knew what I was doing. Figured I'd reset the bearings in the rear swing arm and everything. Just repaint the motor, clean it, paint it, re-grease the head bearings, just kind of give it a once over before the season, before I take it on any kind of ride with a distance to it. So I don't like having to walk after a 20-mile ride. Not my favorite thing to do. Right. So it looks. Gonna take off the brake lever on this side, but I think I'm just gonna take off the whole peg. Just to tap that bolt out. Here, I can show you what I mean. Out of time. Right there's the bolt that I need to get out of there. And there's my foot, or my brake lever, and it's mounted on my foot peg. So bolt there, I think we're good to go. Be lazy on it. Two slightly different bolts. One's a little bigger than the other one. Now I gotta pull the linkage off. Get the pin up here. Bigger punch. Can't get this thing right here. Looks like somebody oiled this. But there's the swing arm slash motor mount bolt. messing with the toolbox every time you go back over there. Look in the wrong drawer. Oh man. I'm assuming, I don't know what happens when you assume. I'm assuming there should be two little caps like that on either side. And there only happens to be one, unless the other one's still stuck in there. But with all the SAE bolts and missing bolts and everything else that's missing on this bike, I'm not holding my breath on that idea. Just like that. Everybody's gone. Yeah, there's no other little thing. Oh, there it is. Lucked out on that one, it just fell out. Ugh. Yay. One last part I have to order. So much space. Carburetors are off. Let's see if I can. Good old round slide carburetor. Nothing wrong with it. A lot of people were on Thumb for Talk were talking about putting a newer style on. There's some guys talking about I think it was an 89 YZ490. Boost bottle. Those are the basket parts. Totally mutilated coil. Doesn't even have a boot on it. I had to rewire a little bit of this. This wire is temporary. I didn't have to, but God. Something about messy wiring that I really don't like. There's little bits of wire that stick out with nothing on the end of them. I just put some heat shrink tubing over them. See if these all color code. They appear to. That's good news. I don't have to mark everything. Thank you, Yamaha, for making it simpler for me. Red to red, white to white, brown to brown, black to black. And way more wiring than needed. my bench. That rag's not big enough. Where's that one? What the hell do I do all big rags? Yeah, well, that one will do for now. I don't know which side it's made to come out of, because I know Honda XR will only come out with one side, and it's this side. I think I should be able to clear all the parts on this side. I don't know for sure. Never had an over out of it. Just like that, I guess. Ugh. There we have it. Motor is out. I probably spent 20-30 minutes getting all the plastics off and that front fork off. I actually tied it to my rafters to lift it up because I didn't put it up on the table when I had to take in the forks off. I tied it to my rafters and ratcheted up. See that weld good? Not too shabby. Maybe give the frame a good once over, clean it all up. I sanded it down a little bit up here to see what we're dealing with. But overall, it seems to be in pretty good shape. That crack right there was the only, well, that and somebody kind of mutilated that. It's supposed to look like that, but as you can see, it doesn't. So I might grind that off and just put a flat washer on there to reduce it to that size. And it's also missing all the regulator and stuff for headlights. I'm just going to keep my eye open and get a used one of those sometime. And it's just generally dirty, you know, but nothing too bad. I think we'll be able to get it done by the weekend, by Sunday sometime. Shouldn't be too bad. Thanks for watching, guys.